Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Terrifying Tuesday on this channel where we talk about all things horror. And today we have to talk about Terrifier 3 and the crazy opening scene rumor and what it could mean for the movie. So let's jump right into it. News has come out about the new Terrifier sequel. As you know, the movie takes place during Christmas, which is a break from the previous ones that have all kind of taken place during a more Halloween time of season. Which kind of tells us this film probably takes place shortly after the events of the other, although this has not really been confirmed. Okay, so this movie hasn't garnered the attention of big studios, although it is on a much higher budget this time, it still has not really achieved a major studio to buy it out and head this franchise. And we might actually know why. The reason is that the opening scene alone apparently is enough that a big studio would never okay it. And that's kind of the thing. If a big studio would not okay the opening to this movie, then of course you're going to go with the lower budget studios. The studios that will put a film like this out. And Art the Clown has become so popular that, yes, he gets a much higher budget. And even in this movie, he will get a much higher budget. But the movie this time, as I said, takes place around Christmas. Now, this is important because the opening scene has a lot to do with the Christmas season. Although the movie is still scheduled to be released around October. So, sort of in time for Halloween. Which is crazy because it's gonna appear to be sort of a Christmas movie, or maybe we get a time jump in between somewhere where it goes back to Halloween of the next year. We don't know. But what I wanted to talk about this opening part is that we got a tweet from Damien Leone who said, if you are a fan of the intros to Scream and When a Stranger Calls, I promise you're going to absolutely love the opening scene of Terrifier 3. And it has the hashtags, it's a Terrifier Christmas, Terrifier 3, horror, coming soon, Art the Clown, October 11th, in theaters. So all of that right there kind of gives us a bit of information about it too. It tells us that it's going to be October 11th when this film is released. Like I said, October towards Halloween, even though it's a Christmas type of vibe to the opening scene. And maybe even the whole movie. And it's going to be exclusively in theaters, which is an achievement considering that this is not some big, huge budget film. But let's talk about this opening scene. We now have an idea as to how this film starts, because the opening scene is supposed to take place on Christmas Eve with Art the Clown going in and potentially stalking some little girl to kill her. Although I don't know that we're going to see that. I don't know that that's what's going to happen. But it is paying sort of a tribute to the Stranger, When a Stranger Calls, and also to Scream. So we know there's going to be a phone call. Because in both of those movies, the one thing that they have in common is that there is a phone call to the people letting them know that their kid is in danger. Now, we also have the Pell Girl in this. So the Pell Girl could be the one making a phone call. It could make it sound as though it is someone that the person knows. Because we have seen the Pell Girl actually imitate people before, so we know that she can do this. And I think that's a real possibility as well, that she will be the one making the phone call, because they want you to believe that someone is making this phone call. Could it be Art the Clown? But we know that Art the Clown never talks. So being that we know Art the Clown never talks, that tells us that the Pell Girl is still sticking around with him. And that is going to be pretty cool, because the two of them together are absolutely terrifying. But what are the things that it could have in common with these two movies? Besides the phone call and the kid being in trouble, there could also be someone that is going to be the first victim that's not this kid, It doesn't have to be. But in the movie, when a stranger calls, the stranger is calling from inside the house and saying that the kid is in danger. Have you checked on the child? And that's kind of telling because this could be a scenario where whoever it is a babysitter to this particular kid and they get killed by Art the Clown in the opening scene while the little girl is making a phone call pretending to be someone that they know. The Pell girl's making this phone call pretending to be someone the person knows, and that is going to add to that tension because we as the audience may not even know it's the Pell girl, but we could pretty much gather from what's been told to us as horror fans that this is the way it's going to go, that this is the direction they're going to take. So that tells me what type of film we're getting. Also, that it's going to be very violent and very unforgiving in terms of its gore and everything. And gorehounds are absolutely going to love this movie because it promises to put everyone in danger, no matter who that person is. They're going to put them in danger. We've talked about Scream 7 potentially putting Sidney Prescott's kids in danger, although that's the thing. Art the Clown will go there. When a stranger calls, we'll go there. So it is more terrifying when we know that anyone could be in danger. That automatically adds to that suspense. It adds to that terror, adds to everything. And that's why a movie like this may not get the big studio, but it getting a theatrical release is going to be great. And I hope it gets a big theatrical release. Although if it's anything like the other one, it probably will not get a big theatrical release, but hopefully everyone that wants to see it can see it, because this movie should be a lot of fun in terms of gore, in terms of scares. Art the Clown is absolutely terrifying in all of his previous movies, and we have talked about all of his movies before. I have an entire video talking about Art the Clown's origins. So if you want to check that out, it's in the horror playlist on this channel. Go and check it out because you want to know everything about Art the Clown if you don't already. Or even if you think you know all about him, you might find a few things you don't know. So you might want to check that out before this movie comes out in October. And October is not too terribly far away. I've seen Halloween stuff in stores already, and why not? So just keep in mind that Art the Clown not being a big studio movie doesn't mean it's not going to be a lot of fun. In fact, sometimes not having a big studio behind a film can actually make it more terrifying, can actually make it better. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this movie, talk about the opening scene that has now been confirmed, and wanted to get your take on it. What exactly are you guys thinking about all this? Do you like this idea? Does this excite you that they're gonna pay tribute to When a Stranger Calls and the Scream franchise? Is this something that you're interested in? That's the question of the day. And do clowns terrify you? And if so, is Art the Clown the most terrifying clown you know? And are you looking forward to this sequel? What hopes and dreams do you have in terms of what this sequel is going to bring to the table? As always, we want to hear from you. So make sure you're leaving us that comment in the comment box below. Make sure you share this video with all of your friends that are going to want to be a part of the conversation as well. Don't forget to hit that like button. It's free, it helps the channel, and we appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers. And look at the space. You don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.